Hi, everybody. Welcome to Teacher Journey USA. My name is Kyle. I've been a teacher in the USA for the past 4 years now. I usually make videos about how you can be a teacher in the USA, how to apply for a J1 visa, how to apply for an H1B visa, how to apply for jobs how to apply for teaching jobs that sponsor teachers all around the world. In the community of international teachers that we've been building, it's also not only to talk about how you as a teacher can apply, but also share a bit about our lives as a teacher here, as teachers here, and as persons, as humans. And as the name of this channel says, share our journey. Teacher Journey USA, share our journey as teachers in the US. And today is a big day for me. Today is the day that I move into my house in the US, my own house in the USA. We've moved here 4 years ago, and little did I know that 4 years later, I will be moving into my own house. Little did I know that I would be able to achieve such a big dream in such a short time frame. It was definitely an object. It was definitely a goal that my family and I had, but I honestly didn't expect it to achieve it so soon. I thought that maybe at least 10 years I could start thinking about it. Um, but today we're gonna move into a new house. But today we got the keys of our new house, and it's the very first day that I will walk into the house as a homeowner. This week, to be very honest with you, was a very emotional week for me. On Wednesday, my granddad passed away in Brazil. And the fact that I couldn't be there to give him a last hug, the fact that I couldn't be there in the funeral, the fact that I couldn't be there to hug my family, my uncles, my aunts, my dad, my mom, my grandma, who's still alive, it just hit me really hard. We were supposed to be in Brazil. We were supposed to have gone to Brazil this past July, but for some reasons we couldn't go. We even bought the plane tickets, but certain situations happened that didn't allow us to go. And my granddad was already sick then, so it was already very emotional when I realized that I couldn't go, and I just prayed, wow, it would just be very hard if he passes this year, because I could have had a last chance to see him and to hug him and to say goodbye. So even though I was a little bit prepared, he had been sick for a while. When I finally heard the news, of course it hit me, as you expect. So this is part of the challenge of being here, away from my family, away from my roots. So I've moved from Brazil 4 years ago. It was the middle of the pandemic. 2021 is when we came to America. So that in itself was very difficult, because obviously with COVID and the pandemic and all the shutdowns and all the difficult situations that the world had in those times, as you know, made it very hard to come here. So just to give you an example, we are from São Paulo in Brazil, and the American embassy in São Paulo was shut down at the time that I applied for the visa. So actually all the embassies in Brazil were shut down. So at that point, my only option was to go to Mexico to apply for my visa to come here. I had already gone through all the process. I had already been approved, been accepted by the school and all of that. However, I needed a visa, and the embassies were shut down. So I applied for a visa in Mexico. I bought my plane tickets to go to Mexico. And it turns out, you know what happened? The embassies in Mexico shut down. So I lost that money. I lost the money for my plane tickets. I lost the money for the visa interviews for my 3 family members, me, myself, and my daughter, just because whenever you pay for the visa interviews in one country, these fees are not transferable. So I had to pay again so I could apply to Sao Paulo. And what happened after that was obviously the embassies in Brazil were shut down. So I had then to apply to Porto Alegre, which is a city quite far from Sao Paulo. I received my job offer at the beginning of June, and we had to move by the end of July. So all of that was just very, very fast. But anyway, so that whole moving process was already very emotional because it was a huge change, a huge sudden change. Like I didn't know if I was gonna be here. So achieving such a big dream of getting our own house in only 4 years, I never would have imagined that. It's like way above what I could have planned or hoped for. But we kept our faith. We kept working hard. We kept trying our best to pay our bills and to save some money. And today we achieved this dream. So let me share a little bit of what I'm gonna do here in Menards today. And here I am. Buying tools, buying resources for my own house. It's just shocking and just makes me feel grateful. And it just makes me feel like the battle and the struggle was worth it. And it also makes me feel like, yes, there was a struggle. There was a lot of money that I had to put into this process. There was a lot of nights with no sleep, a lot of stress, a lot of headaches, migraines, a lot of arguments between myself and my wife, because of course, when you have hardships, this can put up a burden in your family as well. However, fast forward today, 4 years later, look, just a shortcut. Sorry, I just got to pivot here a little bit. Look at this cool Halloween skeleton. So funny. It's Halloween season, y'all. But anyway, it makes us realize that it was a good choice. We've come to a country that makes it possible. I would have never been able to achieve what I've achieved here in Brazil. We spent 4 years in Brazil building our house from scratch, and even though it was the house that we've dreamed of, and even though it was the house that we designed and we planned it ourselves, it took us 4 years to build it from scratch and still wasn't finished. Working hard was worth it. Being away from my family was worth it. Because I'm in a place that provides opportunities and doors for me and my family, that it makes you feel like your hard work pays off. And that's my feeling today. I spent hours in traffic. São Paulo is a huge city, and here I live in a small town. Great quality of life. So yes, there is a lot of hard work. But today, I feel like it's all worth it. They have a couple other options here. This one is $199, which also isn't bad, also waterproof. This one is also $199, waterproof as well. And there's lots of other cool options. Something else I need is the sandpaper for sandpaper discs. I actually have 2 kinds of sanders. I have a friend of mine lent me this like kind of circular or round shaped one, and I also bought on Facebook Marketplace for $15. I bought like a triangular shaped one. So each sandpaper is around $3. I think I'll get like a couple of each kind, so I have enough sandpaper. Yeah, I hadn't read it before, but I realized each box has 4 discs. And this other box here has 5 sheets, that's what they call it. So I think 2 boxes will be enough for what I need. Okay, so I bought what I needed. So I'm actually gonna go to the house now. And I'm gonna walk into my own house here in the US for the first time. And I'm glad to share this moment with you. Okay, so now I stopped to pick up the gears. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Look at the car, full of boxes and stuff to do. Eloisa's right there. Say hi, honey.
And I have a ring pop.
Oh, you have a ring pop. Yeah, so now we're actually go to our new house here and we're gonna show you all about it. So guys, let's start work now. We got tools here. So we got 1 sander, 3 sanders, the sandpaper that I bought. I got some masks here as well. Let's start working because this is the homeowner life. This is my friend Danilo. Hey Danilo. Hey, how are you? This is why I invite you to my house, right? Just to do housework. Yes. Just easy talking. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we kept one on the porch.
Yeah, that's good. I always look. Also, take a look at all this cool Halloween decorations. Man, this is huge. Look at the size of this witch. Huge. This witch is listed for $177.99. Some of them are funny, some of them are like really creepy and scary. I also like this skull with this flashing, with this bubbles inside. Super cool. So this is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And again, if you want to hear more about the journey of a teacher in the USA, by clicking on the link in the description of this video, in our mentorship, you'll find out everything you need to know about the process to become a teacher in America, the different kind of visa categories, how to find schools that sponsor visas, and all of that fun stuff. So thank you for watching. Thank you for following my journey. This was a very emotional and important day that I wanted to share with you. And hopefully I'll see you as well one day here in the US. Maybe you will have your own house.